Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. I totally could relate to that. You're hearing, even though
Right.
Is that Johnny Carson? We're back. And we're going to get sued.
We are. Why?
So I'm singing Johnny Carson's theme song.
Oh, you're right.
credit to.
Okay.
Well,
That's right.
By the way, there are 4 people in the chat, so I know I'm in the chat. Who else? Are you guys in the chat as well? Are you guys watching YouTube? This one?
That one is watching.
Okay, so we got 2. So there's 2 other
Anybody
people.
comment?
Anybody saying anything?
Anybody comment?
No, no one's commenting.
Come on, people.
People comment. We've got big mouths.
Come on, you come in. That picture have been there. Tom.
Yeah. What do you think about the pictures?
Yeah, who do you like?
Okay.
Spider-Man?
Okay. So now we're
Exactly,
gonna do best international feature film.
Okay.
So the categories are Flee, Drive My Car, Luana, A Yak in the Classroom. I didn't see that one.
I think
but
it's Lunana.
Lunana.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I wanted to see it. It looked good. A Yak in the Classroom, The Hand of God, and The Worst Person in the World. I only saw a few of these, but I had no problem picking Drive My Car. I think that was like a masterpiece. So even though these might be really good, like The Hand of God was great. You know, it was great. But it had parts I didn't like.
Which parts? Was it the religious parts?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
The coming of age parts I find really like it wasn't resolved in any way, but it usually isn't. So it kind of didn't give me any answers. So I was left. But the family is fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
You know, this Italian family, they're just great. But Drive My Car was like, I don't even know. That was something else. It was really good. It was really good.
So
You know, it was really good too.
handicapped,
We were talking about languages,
I'm not intimidated.
and the thing was that in the play, all the people speak different languages, right? Which I thought was really amazing.
That was fascinating.
and they did
Yeah.
it in their language. And even the girl who signed, there was a signing girl too, but she signed in Korean.
Right.
Right? So it was kind of like, you know, the English people spoke English, and so it was really really good. It was just a really good movie. I really would suggest
Which
it.
movie is this?
Drive My Car.
Oh,
Drive
okay.
My Car. Okay, now you.
Okay, this will be fast. I only saw one of these because I didn't realize we had to watch the other ones. But the one movie I would definitely not vote for anything would be Drive My Goddamn Car. It took 3 hours and 5 minutes of my life that I will never get back. And I always say, if you don't like the first 10 minutes, turn it off. And I didn't follow my own advice. Lon, what do you think?
Well, I'm actually handicapped as well because this was one of the categories we discussed that we had to see.
Right.
But, you know, I happened to see 2, Hand of God and Drive My Car. I thought Hand of God was an excellent film. I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. But I agree that I think it will only win only because it got nominated as a best film, you know. So I have a feeling that will carry over to the best foreign language film. Though I did want to point out, because I think you're right about, I forgot about, see, it's such an odd film because the credits don't show up until 40 minutes into the film.
Yes.
So you could tell they broke it up like a play. Like Act 1 was this side of the story.
Yes.
Then they go into the play side of the story. Then they go into what I call let's drive and think side. So it's almost like it's in 3 or 4 acts. Then I forgot, like you said, about the whole international thing that he was doing, because this director is doing something unique with the Uncle Vanya play.
Right.
Which is, like Susie said, there's
Chekhov.
a deaf person, there's Korean, in fact, there's even, if I'm not mistaken, there's I don't know, was she Chinese American? I was trying to she's actually going to do it in English,
Right.
but she spoke no Japanese.
Well, she was, yeah.
What movie is this?
Drive My Car.
Yeah, I'm not, I
Wow,
forget.
I didn't really
I forget.
get this at all.
The young girl.
Right, exactly.
That's with the guy.
And in fact, that's another thing too. I'd point out that Masaki Okada, he plays such a despicable character, and I mean despicable at every sense of the word.
You think so?
Yes. because he was unsympathetic from almost the beginning. He's the one who basically, spoilers, turn away, don't listen to this.
Plug your ears.
Yes, he has an affair with the director's wife, and the director is that Hidetoshi Nishijima.
Oh,
his character,
the young
guy.
Yeah, but see, he's fascinated because he doesn't speak English, and yet he's willing to sleep with this girl. Because at one point he tells the director, no, the director sees them together and he just assumes they've had sex because he's seen him have sex with his
But
wife.
we don't really know that at that time.
Right.
Yeah, but I said the same thing to her. That when he saw them in the car, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but he also says to him, it's like, but she doesn't speak Japanese and you don't speak English.
Right.
And I thought, but your play is sort of like that, right? How is an audience, unless they're really, especially when you said the sign language thing, because that even brought something more to me. I thought, oh yeah, here's this woman who's being engaged in this play, and like Coda, she's coming into this world, and yet she's going to be completely respected playing this character on stage as sign language and playing Sonia. Because they are doing Uncle Vanya. That's another thing which this film really does sort of cover emotionally as far as how the characters feel. And so it's ironic that when the director, the Hidetoshi Nishijima character, or the actor, he casts this Koji character who's young to play Uncle Vanya, who should be older. In fact, the character, the director character, is the one who actually was playing Uncle Vanya, but he says, no, I'm not going to play him. I want you to play him.
Right.
And if once you see the movie, you should be able to distinguish why. Because it has to do with a strange thing that happens within the film, because this Koji character is not likable from the beginning, because he does all these sort of, and it's not that he's amoral or anything, but he's a hothead, he does this, and then finally he's actually, you realize, no, he's just not a good person, period. Which almost caused the cancellation of the play. So within that construct of, like I said, about the film, it's like, you're right, that it's such a fascinating kind of movie. My problem is I just wish there weren't as many rehearsals and it was like an hour less than that.
Oh, it didn't bother me at all.
I can
I am learning
understand
more
that.
about this movie, you guys talking about it, that I totally missed.
Well, no, that's why I said it's a Zen thing. That's why you just have to watch it, and you're either going to get into the rhythm of things. Another director who's very similar is a guy named Tarkovsky, who I love. Now, it's all about visual and emotions, and yet there's very little dialogue. And people always said, but what are they about? It's like, well, you either key into it or you don't.
Wouldn't you say it's about grief?
Really?
See, no, I don't think it is about grief. I do think it's existential, definitely. It's about your existence. But since, like I said, towards the end, people then reveal the two characters that I told you I like so much, the driver and the director, that they start to expose themselves. Because the young girl who's, like I said, she's, what did I say her name was? Because I thought, she I thought was very good. Toko Miura, playing Misaki, the driver. They are completely, in my opinion, stone-faced. I mean, they do not elicit emotions, but if you know Japanese culture, that's sort of the norm. You don't like to give away too much.
Right.
In fact, it made me laugh the way that people would still bow to each other. When they see each other, they would bow,
I love
shake
that
hands.
part of
Exactly.
of Asian
that
culture.
there's
I
the,
actually
there's
do.
the
Don't make a
tradition
point about
part.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought, okay. But towards the end, that's where I think the emotional connection of everything coming together, you realize, yeah, again, like The Lost Daughter, we're all human, we're all flawed. In Japanese culture, you don't want to show your flaws, but nor do you want to show disrespect or anything. Because one thing I did love about the driver is how at first he doesn't want her, because he has, oddly enough, a Saab that is a prized possession seemingly to him. And she just says, well, look, I will drive you around. If you don't like my driving, then you can dismiss me. That'll be fine. But of course, she's a great driver. But then you learn why she's a great driver, and it's almost tragic to hear what she had to go through to become a great driver. I mean, it's very sad. So, and again, it's these little subtle things they keep revealing to each other that's like, wow. And then I like the fact that she compliments him, saying, oh no, I see how much respect this car is well taken care of. It runs very well. You I see what this car means to you, which is why she wants to make sure she does everything. She won't even, like at one point she says, no, I don't want to sit in your car because I know how much it means to you. But she says, no, okay, if it's cold, I will sit in your car. Because she's literally sitting on a bench outside in the garage, and he says, it's cold, why aren't you sitting in the car? It's like, no, because I can't smoke in your car and this and that. In fact, at one point they actually do smoke in his car, which again is another sort of revealing sequence. So that's what I said. It's a very odd film, and I don't even know if I can say I really did enjoy it, but it was just a very unique experience.
Yes.
So,
Me? Oh.
yes.
So it's falling off a cliff, but I don't know
Yes.
if I want it.
Yeah, I saw the Hand of God and Drive My Car. That's the only two ones I saw. I really love Hand of God. It was really funny, entertaining. It actually is the complete opposite of Drive My Car.
Yes,
It was
exactly.
So depressing. Drive My Car to me is it's almost like about death and suffering, and like because everybody in the movie has some kind of tragedy. Like the driver, her mother died. The main character, his wife died, and I think my child might have died.
No,
too as well.
his child did die. Yeah, that's the one
So-
thing you see him and his wife going
Oh
to.
yeah,
memorial.
I really like the whole international thing about it. That when they do the play, it's one girl's from Taiwan, so she's doing Mandarin and Japanese and this English and everything. So they cover all the bases. The
Mandarin is what she speaks. Mandarin and English.
Mandarin.
That's what she
okay.
said.
Okay.
So yeah, the movie was it's almost like a psychological thriller. So the I wrote this note which I now cannot read.
Is it the sake?
Yeah, probably the second. but I really like the movie. It's that was the obviously they were basing it on the Vanya play, and he is the it's kind of like a I'm thinking of many things. Who was the Oklahoma play?
Yeah, you were saying
they do
that.
parallel. This movie is really they're doing the parallel thing to the Vanya play. So and as you speak, I'm thinking what else I was thinking about.
Well, you were saying that you like the thing about the. I did not think that. See, I think it was about grief, letting go of pain, because we don't know what that young man. We don't know why he does that.
His
But we-
things, right?
We don't know why he does that. I don't believe we ever find
No,
out.
no.
But he's also doing something. They're all carrying around this grief and pain, the pain from the whatever grief thing, and then but they don't let it go, and this is like ruining their life. The car is the wife. She has the tapes. You know what I mean? It's like, so she has the thing. It's like, so everybody's holding on to this pain, and I really need to let it go. You know what I mean? It's like, so, but you had a thing about the bowing that you found really interesting.
Okay, this in Japanese culture you bow, and there's different levels of bowing.
Yeah, tell them about it.
Oh,
And there's one scene.
No, I'm interested. I know.
In the bow is the lower you go when you bow to somebody. Or I'm telling you, who's is the more
respect.
you're
Right.
showing. And there's one scene that with the young man when he gets he's an actor, so everywhere he goes,
He's very
he goes to a
cocky.
bar, he's so cocky, he's an asshole. People take pictures of him.
Yes,
And
exactly.
he doesn't like it.
No.
And there's one scene where he takes it too far when he deals with somebody taking a picture. And then, there's consequences to it. So he's doing a play, he's doing and then the authorities show up and say, this happened. Whatever.
Yes, we're gonna get you
Yeah,
arrested,
yeah,
basically. Take
basically
it to the police
arrested.
station. Yeah.
And then he does his thing to the main character, where I thought, he bows all the way down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
When he's saying, and that's the lowest he's ever bowed. He's saying that, I have total respect for you, and then because that's like saying most respect for you, and because I'm going somewhere else. But there was the whole scene in the taxi, not taxi, when she's driving them,
Right.
and the main character, his wife, she's a writer, and every time they have sex in a movie, she comes up with these stories, and that's why she tells him these stories as they're having sex, and then the next morning he remembers that she doesn't. And
Right,
he tells her,
yeah.
this is what you said. And then she comes up with this thing.
Yes, in fact, that's the whole opening, folks. That's the way this film opens. So.
And then you find out that she's also, because she has affairs, and he tells this other guy, my wife, she has affairs. And she also tells other people stories. And there's that one scene, to me, the clutch scene is when the young man,
the Koji character, the young guy,
I was going, Koji Kabuto. He's telling him the story, but he doesn't know how it ends. And then the guy tells him how the story ends.
Right.
But it's really not what she told him to me. The movie is his own personal. He's basically telling him,
But he's confessing.
He's confessing.
Right.
And he's using her story as a way for him confessing his story. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant, that whole scene.
But see, to me, that's when he released it.
Yes.
And he also could he could also show humility, respect.
There's just so many levels.
Seemingly. Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But like what it's saying is, it turns you into a monster. Grief turns you into a monster if you don't let it go. Yes, I thought it was. And I could see why actors like it. They all do Chekhov.
And it's so funny because even it's like, wow, I remember reading that in college. So that's like the only thing I had to go with it. But it's like, oh, I remember that character and that character. Basically, the Sonia and Uncle Vanya character, the ones I remember. And that's why it's sort of odd that they're the ones who end the play in the movie in a way.
Yes. Yes. It's kind of parallel.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that was best director, huh?
No, that was the best international film.
Oh shoot! There you go.
It was all about Drive My Car. I am in shock.
Turn me over. I'm done.
okay, can I
We'll kind of agreed on Drive My Car.
Except for me.
But in all fairness, see, because like I said, I don't even know, like you said about the Lunana flea and the worst person in the world, I don't even know what countries those are from. So.
I think this is like Afghanistan, like somewhere around there,
So
I'll pick The Hand of God. I don't even know why, just because I like the title.
It was good. You would like it.
I would like it.
Yeah.
I've seen.
So can we move on to the best picture?
Best picture.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be you, Patty.
Okay. Best picture is Nightmare Alley, Don't Look Up, Dune, Drive My Car, Belfast, Licorice Pizza, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story, 2021, King Richard, and Coda. You know what Coda means?
Yes, I do.
I know you do. Children of Deaf Adults.
Really?
Yes.
Children of Deaf.
That's why it's all in caps.
To me, it means when you're doing reading the music, sheet music, and you go back to Segno and it tells you to go to Cora, and then you go to the end of the music, the sheet music, and when you're reading a chart.
I knew you were going to say that.
I knew. Cora is the end, so you're reading a chart.
But don't you think it's interesting?
And then you go to, like, say somebody goes to the end, you go, Al Segno to Cora. So you go back to where the Segno is, and then it says Cora. You jumping up to the end. It's the end.
But don't you think? But it was about music too.
Yes.
So that's very interesting.
In fact, that's
Actually, I never even thought. That's so funny because I didn't know what a coda is, but that's a good one.
It's the end.
Yeah,
So
great.
Which is your best picture there, Lon?
Oh wow.
Oh, me?
I love them.
Okay.
Pig. Right.
Big.
Well, yes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, for me on the list, I have to admit that I think Power of the Dog will win. If I had to vote,
Really?
my
You
vote
think
would be
it'll win?
Coda. I would vote for Coda. That would be because that was truly the film that touched me the most out of all these. But for as far as the actual movies that again had everything, it was cinematic, writing, acting, every aspect of it. I have to give it to Power of the Dog. I just thought that out of all these movies. And and again, no slight. In fact, I was one of the people who liked Dune, for example. And I said, "Oh, I just thought that was a cinematic marvel." Because, in fact, watch this will win Oscars. I think in the technical awards. I think it had some of the best sound.
Oh yeah.
And sound
Best
editing. Soundtrack.
God,
and
I wish we
everything.
were betting money on this, man. We should be betting money.
And then, what was it? Don't Look Up. I thought it was a very entertaining movie. See, I out of all these, that's the one that had the most humor in it. So I could really, I just thought that was a fun movie. But Like I said, I would go with Power of the Dog,
Okay.
but I'd vote for Coda.
Oh, okay. You can vote for Coda.
You can vote for whoever you want. Your turn, George.
Oh.
Why do you look so surprised?
He forgets he's here.
Yeah, I would say the three movies that I really liked, well, Dune is big. Nightmare Alley is, it's just
So
also big
good.
one. I actually like West Side Story, but same as Lan, I would say that I would think the Power of the Dog is gonna win, and which was a great movie. But the one movie that got me like really, I felt it.
Yes.
Right.
Was Coda. I felt Coda, but I really enjoyed Power of the Dog, so I think Power of the Dog is gonna take it.
But so far King Richard's won Best Actor, and Coda has won Best Film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
it for?
Oh,
And
well,
all these other things.
See, I haven't even seen any awards, so I don't know.
You haven't missed a thing, Lauren.
Yeah, I again, Don't Look Up was very entertaining, but I don't know that it's necessarily an Oscar,
Right. Yeah.
movie. I it's great. So I'm torn between Nightmare Alley, Drive My Car, Belfast, and Coda. They were for
The Power of the Dog.
Empower the Dog. Yeah, there were
Okay, which one do you think that would you like to see win, and which one do you think they'll choose?
Right. Like, what would you vote for
Yeah.
as a voter? Which one would you pick and say, You'd vote for Nightmare Alley. I know that for a fact.
Lan and I both decided
That was
Coda.
brilliant.
We both voted for Coda,
Yeah.
but we thought Power of the Dog was gonna win.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's
Because
hard.
they're
Pig.
so different. Yeah, let's just make it Pig.
Well,
And it's weird. That is my favorite movie of the year, literally.
I've got to
It's
watch
an
this
amazing
movie.
It's an amazing movie.
okay, then Power of the Dog would probably be it.
Really?
Yeah.
You think
yeah.
it'll win?
Yeah.
No,
God, I hope so.
no, I'm picking it.
Okay, which one do you
Oh,
think?
that's the one you picked.
Yeah.
That's the one I picked.
Who do you think they'll pick?
I think you're right. I think it'll be probably King Richard or
No, it's not gonna pick King Richard. It's
No,
gonna be
she's
Power
not
of the Dog.
picking. No, Power of the Dog.
no.
The
I don't
movie you
think
like
so.
is the one that's gonna win.
The Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
what
Power
I.
of the Dog.
Okay.
I thought it was.
The Power of the
it,
Chucho.
it covers everything. I saw it a long time ago
But it's a
when
good
it
movie.
first,
Yeah.
and I still,
Stays with you.
think about it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna
Oh,
be
wait,
it.
Patty?
Patty.
Okay.
Oh, Patty didn't pick.
I really hope Nightmare Alley or Don't Look Up wins. Because
really?
Nightmare Alley, talk about emotional. I nearly cried at the end of the movie. It was so friggin' sad.
I agree.
Don't Look Up was so brilliant because it's talking about climate change, whether you believe in it or not. But it's so accurate how humans were treated. It was so scarily
Yes.
accurate.
It's so funny too. It was so.
It's so funny,
entertaining.
it's scary because it's not funny at all.
Oh, I
But
thought
it
it was
is.
hysterical.
But I love Power of the Dog. Hate West Side Story. Hate King Richard. Hate Coda. I like Coda, but I don't think it's an Oscar type movie. Belfast. There wasn't much of a story there. Great. Well, it was done very well, but not much of a story. Drive My Car. Well, you know what I think about that. I'm so amazed that when you guys were talking about Drive My Car, I thought you were talking about 5 different movies, and I was like, "What movies are
It
these?"
is 3 hours.
It is 3 hours. Dune, I found boring as hell, and I usually like those.
You
kind
gotta
of
watch the
movies.
sequel. Take an Uber.
Oh my god, you're right. So I'm really hoping, odd way, it's Nightmare Alley.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, see,
I
I
just
for
thought
some
it was
reason,
brilliant.
I kept thinking Nightmare Alley and West Side Story, since they're actual remakes, that they probably won't.
No
get.
remake's ever good. I'm sorry, I can't even think of one. Can you think of one remake?
But we all can
that's
agree
good?
Cruella is gonna win Best Costume.
Yes.
I saw that.
Oh, I thoroughly agree.
Yes.
You what?
Best
I agree.
costume.
Yes.
Cruella.
The best what?
Costume.
Costume design.
Oh yeah, it was good.
I told everyone the garbage truck scene.
but it was
oh,
all
my
perfect.
God.
Oh,
that to
brilliant.
me, I forget about just like I said,
Yeah.
the
I like the one
costuming.
where she burns
That
her
whole
suit
thing.
and-
They picked the wrong person to play it. She's just not Cruella.
No.
Because you think of Glenn Close, because she really gets it down. But what's her name?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Yeah.
No, she's too cutesy wootsy.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, but don't forget, this is her at her beginning.
Yes, but-
so that's a
Right.
difference.
It's a
But
pre-
you're- but
it's a
Glenn Close
prequel.
is there when she's.
It's
She
a-
doesn't have the.
Your
This
face
is an-
doesn't change shape.
This is an
Yeah.
origin.
You don't go from cutesy wootsy to Glenn Close.
Yeah, but this is an origin story.
God, I hope not.
But you know
No
what, Pig?
offense to Glenn Close.
And then my second would be, of course, Pig.
Best costume, best director.
Who do I think's going to be picked? Power of the Dog, which I'd be really pleased at.
Yeah, it was,
And if any other one won, especially Drive My Car,
I also
I
thought
would be shocked.
I thought The Last Duel should have been in there
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought
That
it
was a
great
good movie. Yeah.
Did you see The Last Duel?
Yeah, because we did the show.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that should have been somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Come
They,
on now.
they picked horrible
What's
stuff.
going on with
They
this
did
stuff?
pick, yeah.
Okay, so we're done, right? We
But
done.
at least,
No.
at least I
I'm
will say
sorry.
this: they did pick 10 films. That was the thing that got to me. Remember last year they only had 8 nominees. Like, no, you have 10 nominations. Pick 10 films.
But they didn't pick
actually
10
listened
good
to it and
ones.
picked 10 films. So
I
which
just think
one
there
do you
should be
think?
more categories.
no, I picked Power of the Dog. But like
Yeah,
I said, I would,
I think-
I would
I
literally
think-
vote for Coda.
I think
That
we'll
was my
agree that
favorite.
Power Dog's gonna win.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
But we think the movie should have got it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley should win for something. It was such a great story. I mean, it's unique.
I'm gonna need your because you changed all the things on me. So let
All
me
right.
just start with.
All right then. So we're.
So this ends our Oscar edition, right? Let us know what you think and what you would have chosen. You know, what choices you would have made.
Yeah, put
If
them in the
you've got
comments.
some problems, tell us what you would have thought.
And where
Pokemon.
can we bet?
Tell us who's really wrong.
The Raid 3. No.
So you can, hey, you can watch a video on YouTube. You can watch this video on YouTube. You can. My glasses are all foggy.
You can follow us on Twitter at WTF or WT Flix Pod. Instagram WTF.
Deep
No, you know what?
breath,
Here's this. WT Flix Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And then What the Flix
And you can
on
hear
YouTube
us.
and What the
You
Flix
can
on
hear
podcast.
this video on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spreaker, and Amazon Music. And you can email us at whattheflixpodcast@gmail.com. And so that will end our Oscars, and we'll see next Sunday what happens.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cheers. Goodbye.
Ooh.
Salud.
Bye.
That's well, I know what one at this table.
What?
Sucky.
Which I'm having some more. Would you like some more?